What happens when a meme becomes a modern myth? When a single unsettling picture posted to a forgotten corner of the internet spirals into a massive collaborative horror universe that millions are obsessed with.
This is the strange story of the Backrooms. It's a phenomenon that really should have been faded by now. A ghost story that should have been forgotten. But it hasn't. In fact, it's bigger than it has ever been.
On one hand, you have this literal storm of Roblox avatars glitching through the floor, TikToks set to horribly distorted pop songs, and low-effort jokes about getting lost on your way to the backrooms. It's absurd, it's chaotic, and it's definitely a meme.
But then you have this, the dead silence of a found footage tape, the oppressive hum of fluorescent lights, and the shadow of something monstrous twitching at the far end of a long yellow hallway. It's terrifying, cinematic, and pure nightmare fuel.
How can these two things, the silly and the genuine scary, be part of the same story? That question is the key. The Backrooms is just one thing. It's an internet legend that has learned to operate on two complete different levels at once. And it's this bizarre, dual identity that has made it impossible to kill. To understand why it won't just die, you have to go back to the beginning, back to a single, creepy photograph.
Like so much modern folklore, the Backrooms was born on the internet, specifically on 4chan's paranormal board.
On May 12th, 2019, an anonymous user started a thread asking people to post disquieting images that just feel off. One of the pictures shared was a photo of a large empty room. It was drenched in a sickly yellow light with cheap patterned carpet and bland walls stretching into the distance. It looked like an office after everyone's gone home.
The photo's exact history is a bit murky, but now we know it has been taken way back in 2002 at a Hobie Town store being renovated in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. It had appeared on a message board before, but on this day, in this thread, the image found its destiny. Another anonymous user replied with a short bit of text that would become the core of this entire universe. If you're not careful, and you non-clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the backrooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum humbas, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly schemed empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell heard you. That one comment was the spark. It gave the creepy image a name, a set of rules, and a deep existential dread.
The term no clipping, borrowed directly from video game culture, describes a glitch where a player passes through a solid wall. This immediately grounded the fantasy as a language the internet already spoke. You don't just find the backrooms, you fall into them by accident, by breaking the rules of reality itself.
What made this so powerful was its incredible use of liminality. A liminal space is a space of transition, a hallway, a waiting room, a stairwell. These are places we're supposed to pass through, not stay in. So when you see them totally empty and silent, it creates a deep sense of unease. They feel familiar, but also profoundly wrong.
The backroom stepped right into this psychological discomfort, sparking a weird nostalgia for places from our childhood. Empty schools, old office buildings, the back rooms of stores, and twisted a familiar feeling into something alien and threatening. The horror wasn't about a monster jumping out at you. It was about the crushing weight of the place itself, the isolation, the endlessness, the maddening hum of lights. This is a version of the Backrooms that runs on pure internet chaos and remix culture. As the idea spread across TikTok, Roblox, and Reddit, it became less of a strict horror story and more of a shared sandbox. The basic idea was simple enough for anyone to jump in. people started inventing hundreds of new levels, each with its own look and feel. Level 1 became a concrete warehouse, Level 7 an underwater maze, and Level Fun, a terrifying mockery of a child's birthday party. Users created entities to fill these levels, from goofy-looking blobs to genuine grotesque monsters. They wrote survival guides, made up fiction explorer groups, and argued about law on massive dedicated wikis.
This open source, anything goes approach is exactly what makes the meme version of the Backrooms so popular. It's playful and it's messy. The barrier to entry is basically zero. Anyone with a phone can snap a picture of an empty hallway, slap a yellow filter on it, and call it, "I entered into the Backrooms."
Some purists might say that all this diluted the original horror, but you could argue this very chaos is what saved it from becoming just another forgotten creepypasta.
But while the meme-verse was spreading out in every direction, another version was digging deeper, creating a single, terrifying story. This is the cinematic universe, and it can be defined by one name: Kane Parsons, better known as Kane Pixels.
In 2022, Parsons, who was just a teenager at the time, started uploading a series of found footage videos to his YouTube channel. The first one, The Backrooms Found Footage, was a 9-minute masterpiece of analog horror. This wasn't just a collection of spooky ideas, it was a story. Kane's version felt grounded. The space felt terrifyingly real, but with incredible sound design and camera work. When a monster finally shows up, it's a spindly, horrifying creature that moves at unnatural speed. Its screeches echoing through the endless halls. His series introduced a clear timeline and a central mystery, revealing a shadowy organisation called Async that supposedly discovered the Backrooms and has been running secret experiments within them.
Kane Pixels basically turned the Backrooms from a writing prompt into a serious horror franchise. It appealed to fans of cinematic horror and gave the messy, sprawling wiki lore a focused narrative anchor. His vision was so compelling that it caught the attention of Hollywood. In fact, a feature film adaptation produced by A24 and directed by Parsons himself is now in the works.
The real genius here is that the Backrooms doesn't make you choose. It's a meme and a myth at the same time, and both of them are locked into a surprisingly symbiotic relationship. On the top of the funnel, you have the memeverse, from Roblox, TikToks, and just jokes, which pulls casual viewers in, and the deeper you go into the funnel, the more you get into more cinematic lore, like Kane Pixels, A24, and the wikis.
But for those who get curious, the funnel gets deeper. They start asking questions. What's the real story here? What are the monsters? This is where the narrative-driven content, like Kane Pixels series, takes over. The deep lore is the reward for looking closer.
This structure welcomes both low-effort and high-effort creations. The Backrooms has also perfectly adapted itself to just about every major online platform. 4chan and Reddit, creepy pictures and lore debates, YouTube, cinematic series and deep dive video essays. TikTok, short aesthetic clips. Roblox and Steam, interactive worlds you can actually explore.
Ultimately, its survival comes down to this productive tension. The serious horror gives the meme world a source of prestige and new scary ideas to play with. In turn, the chaotic energy of the memes prevent the serious lore from getting too rigid or taking itself too seriously. If it were only a meme, it would have been forgotten by now. If it were only a serious horror story, it might have stayed a niche obsession. Because it's both, it became a permanent fixture of internet culture.
From a single anonymous post to a major Hollywood film, the journey of the Backrooms is a wild testament of the power of digital folklore. It has survived and thrived because it's not just one thing, it's a shared nightmare and creative playground. It is a source of existential dread and a foundation of ironic jokes.
The Backrooms works because it taps into the primal fear of being lost in a place that feels familiar, but hasn't turned hostile and strange. But it lasts because it lets the audience become its author. It isn't a story that's just told to you, it's a world that's constantly being built and remixed by the very people who enjoy it. It's a living myth for our time, a ghost in the machine that we all helped create, and for that reason, it'll probably never truly die. It'll just no clip into whatever comes next.
What about you? How did you first discover the Backrooms? Was it a meme, a game, or one of the Kane Pixels videos? Let me know your story in the comments below.
And if you enjoyed this look onto one of the internet's most fascinating legends, be sure to like and subscribe for more coverage on indie horror and get the latest updates on our indie horror projects.